Aryavart, later Vedic period. Introduction. The period between 1000 BCE to 600 BCE is known as the later Vedic period. The Aryans now settled in the Gangetic Valley. This period has been reconstructed on the basis of two sources: the Vedas, the epics, and the archaeological remains from the regions such as Hastinapur and the Upper Gangetic plains. Political organization. Small tribal organization of early Vedic period now expanded and took the shape of large kingdoms. Some of the kingdoms established in later Vedic period are Kuru, which is in modern Haryana, Delhi, and western part of UP; Koshala, which is the region of Awadh in UP; Magad, region of Patna and Gaya; Kashi is Banaras. The position of the king became stronger. He gained absolute power and his position became hereditary. The king began claiming himself to be the representative of God. Powerful kings performed the Ashwamedh, Vajpayee, and Rajasuya sacrifices. The king assumed titles of Samrat and Maharaja Dhiraj. As kingdoms increased in power, powers of the king also increased and administration became complex. The king now required more officers to help him in administration. The Senani became very important as he helped the Rajan to expand his territory. Another officer who gained importance was the Sangritari or the tax collector. The two assemblies, Sabha and Samiti, lost their importance. The common people could not afford to attend the meetings of Sabha and Samiti. Hence, these assemblies were attended only by the rich and the influential. These assemblies were now dominated by the aristocracy. Social life. Family. The fact that the birth of a son in the family was welcomed shows that the society was patriarchal. The position of women deteriorated during the period. Women were considered inferior to men now. They were denied education and not allowed to read Vedic literature. Polygamy was practiced by the upper class and rich, including the ruling princes. Taking care of their families and serving their husbands was all women were supposed to do. Though religious ceremonies were still considered incomplete without them, widow remarriage was looked down upon. The four Varnas. Another significant change that came during this period was the rigidity in the Varna system. Now merit was discarded and birth into a family became important, which means the children of a Vaishya or Shudra were no longer allowed to teach or fight in the battlefield and had to be in the same professions their fathers, irrespective of their capabilities and interests. Varna became hereditary. Brahmins and Kshatriyas became the privileged class which paid no taxes. The Vaishyas came next, they had to pay taxes. The Shudras had no rights and were ill-treated as they were considered untouchables. They did lowly and menial jobs. Religion. In the later Vedic period, the mode of worship became complex and complicated. The early Vedic gods, such as Indra, Agni, Varun, etc., lost their importance and were replaced by Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiv. Brahma was worshipped as the creator, Vishnu as the preserver, Shiv as the destroyer. A yajna was the most common ritual. Sometimes elaborate yajnas were organized where a large number of priests chanted mantras for days. The priests looked upon as messengers of God and enjoyed great power and prestige. Towards the end of this period, certain people began to raise their voice against the complicated rites, rituals, animal sacrifices, and the importance of Brahmins. Economy. Use of iron became common during this period. A number of implements and weapons were made with iron. Though agriculture was the most important occupation, other crafts such as weaving, leatherwork, pottery, carpentry, and jewelry making developed. Rice began to be cultivated along with that of barley and wheat. Trade flourished in this period, and there was growth of towns and cities towards the end of this period. Literature. Three Vedas, Samved, the Yajurved, and the Atharvaved were composed. The Upanishads were also composed towards the end of this period. Upanishads. The Upanishads dwell on philosophical aspects of human life. Questions such as what is God, who is God, what is life, where does one go after death are dealt in them. They lay stress on karma and moksha. According to the Upanishads, a man's condition and position are determined by his actions in his previous life. The Aryans believed in dharma, that is the right way of living. As time progressed, superstitions and misbeliefs crept into religion. This period also witnessed the writing of the two great epics, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The Ramayana. It was written by sage Valmiki in Sanskrit. It tells the story of Lord Ram, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. It contains idol characters like Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Hanuman, and Sita. It describes a war between Ram and Ravan, ruler of Lanka. Ram kills Ravan and rescues Sita. The Mahabharata. It was recited by sage Ved Vyas and written by Lord Ganesh in Sanskrit. It is a long epic which describes the great battle fought between the Pandavas and the Kauravas at Kurukshetra. It contains idol characters like Krishna, Draupadi, Gandhari, and Kunti, etc. The Bhagavad Gita, a part of Mahabharata, is one of the sacred books of the Hindus. Science. The Aryans also studied various branches of science. They made accurate calendars and could predict the time of eclipses. In mathematics, they were fairly advanced as they knew Ankaganit, that is arithmetic, Rekha Ganit, that is geometry, and Bij Ganit, that is algebra, astronomy, and astrology, that is Jyotish. Gurukul system of education. The Guru Shishya tradition was followed in education. A student of 7 years was sent to Gurukul where he lived with his Guru. Vedic literature, mathematics, medicines, astronomy, astrology, etc. were the subjects students learned. Education was transmitted orally. They also learned sword fighting, archery, wrestling, etc. to be used in the battlefield. Students served their guru and paid Guru Dakshina or remuneration after the completion of their education according to their ability. The four ashrams. Brahmacharya. This was the first stage of life when a person received education and kept himself busy in attaining knowledge. Grihast. This was the second stage of his life when he got married and fulfilled his responsibilities towards his family. Vanprasth. This was the third stage of his life when he gave up the materialistic world and went to the forest for meditation. Sannyas, the fourth and last stage in which he was supposed to give up all worldly ties and preach the moral values.